Hi guys, welcome to a special video. This is Imran Mani Hanif, and on behalf of Teespring University Group, I just wanted to give you a special video where I'm going to reveal a few tactics that you can use for your Teespring campaigns. So let's get right into this. First thing is niche selection. The first thing I want you to do is make sure you're listening to this video, because I've had a lot of requests from people who are still struggling to find a niche. Now, when it comes to selecting your niche, what I do is, again, I've been through this quite a few times. I use TView, eBay, Pinterest, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, and there's the current trends. Okay, so what I do is I head over to TView, see what types of topics are popular, and then I would create a campaign, put my own twist on the campaign, and start making sales. What I do with eBay is I look at all the funny t-shirts for women and men. I look at the amount sold and I create a campaign. Same with Pinterest, Instagram, which uses a lot of hashtags, Twitter, what type of t-shirts people are requesting. Okay, and then there's also trends. What are the current trending topics in showbiz, in sports? Okay. I've actually got a simple strategy that I use. Okay. The amount of money you want to spend on a campaign, you want to get a lot out. So, for example, money in, money out. Okay, that's a simple campaign. It's been talked about in many different courses. The simple strategy is, if you've got a certain amount of money, let's say you're going to invest $500 on a campaign, then I want to see a good return of investment on my campaign. Okay, so you got to be prepared to spend. Be prepared to have a budget of at least $300 to $400 if you want to hit the big numbers. I've tipped many shirts. I can easily make $500 to $600 in a week or more, depending on the budget. Okay, so if you've got a campaign that's already done well, it's getting a lot of sales, you just want to make sure that you scale big. You want to scale enough to get you the hundreds and hundreds of sales. Okay, to always be testing, scaling, and tracking. With the tracking, I'm going to have a separate video on how to go about tracking your campaigns. Okay, and again, this is part of life. This is part of business. You have to be prepared for failed campaigns. Okay, we don't live in a perfect world. Okay, we don't live in a perfect world where everything is perfect. Okay, people lose their jobs, people lose their houses, people go into depression, people die. Unfortunately, that's part of life, and the same applies to Teespring. But what you need to do is you need to make sure you follow all the strategies, you be creative, and most of all, you be smart. Okay, so you want to make sure there's less failures in your campaigns. Okay, and once you have a winner, this is very important, you have to stick to it. So if you've got a successful campaign on a particular market, excuse me, for example, dogs or pit bulls. Okay, if you've got a winner, you can have different variations of the design and just focus on the same interests. Okay, and I've done that and I've had pretty much good success doing that. Okay, this is my results in one of the campaigns. It is 47 sold. I set a goal of 15 for this one. Again, this is some of my results. 213 sold in this one, which ended 20 days ago, which is nearly a month now. And this one was a recent one. I sold 174. Again, my goal was quite low, which would give the impression to the people that if they buy, the goal is going to be pretty much easy. I've seen a lot of people go greedy, and people set a goal of 50 or 60. I don't know. It just gives the impression that it's impossible to sort of get these printed. What I do is I set a goal of 15 to 20. Okay. Excuse me, and then I scale up once I get started. Once I start getting lots of sales. Okay. This is one of my niche markets, which I'm going to be exposing now. It's a massage therapist one. This one took me about 5 minutes to create. Okay. This is a black t-shirt, as you can see, pink fonts, and this sold 39. Okay, so I mean, you can literally go out there and get similar sort of t-shirts, create similar shirts, give a different sort of unique twist to this, and start cashing in. What I do is I head over to Google, I type in massage therapist t-shirts or massage therapist t-shirts for women, and I get so many different ideas from all the different t-shirts, and then I just set a campaign up. Okay. In terms of the Facebook ad creation, okay, I always go for post engagement. Number one, this has a better organic reach. Okay, more people are going to be looking at your message. Number two, engagement levels are very high. Okay, it's cheaper in the long term. Okay, and the image is everything. So if you've got an image of the shirt, upload the shirt. Okay, upload the shirt instead of just spending hours and hours on Photoshop and creating your ad. Okay, so how would I go about creating an ad for this niche? What I would do is I would focus on the ages and genders. Okay, so for example, I know that women are very, very good buyers. I've done a lot of research on this in terms of the demographics, and market research would tell you women are buyers. Women do a lot of online shopping, especially when it comes to clothing. Okay, you want to decide on your targeting. Okay, you want to decide on your targeting before you create the campaign. What age group of women are you going to target? What behavior options are you going to use? What demographics you're going to use? And always be split testing. Once you've got a winner, use your winning campaign over and over again. By doing this, you're going to basically you're going to keep making lots of money. And don't just start revealing your secret niche markets. If you've got something that works for you, if you've got your formula, don't spill the beans on this, because the last thing you want is someone go out there and create the exact same copy as you, and the costs are going to go right high. They're going to go up for you. Okay, what you can also do, and I've had a lot of requests for this on the Facebook page, is offer different products to your audience. Tank tops, hoodies. So what you can do is you can create a tank top only campaign or a hoodie only campaign. So rather than get people to decide on the different products, just create one campaign, one product. In this case, for example, tank tops or hoodies, or sweaters or t-shirts. Okay, and always be building a list. Okay, this is a no-brainer. And interact with your audience on your fan page. Answer questions. Get involved. Post up status updates. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head over to my Facebook ad manager and give you an example on how to go about creating the ad. Okay. So going back to this was the campaign, one of my old campaigns, which is ended 15 days ago. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example of how I would sort of go about creating an ad for this. So what I would do is, first thing I would do is head over to my ad manager. Okay, and as you can see, I would have a Facebook page. This is on Chihuahuas. In terms of this would be a massage Facebook page, or any Facebook page. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I would upload this design, so this shirt I'd save as on my desktop, upload it as a post engagement ad. Okay. Go down. Location, I'm going to select the US. When it comes to the age group, I sometimes go to 25 and 50. Okay, it doesn't really matter as long as you've got your research and the right age group. I know a lot of people are doing 18 and over. Okay, they're doing this. You're not gonna. I mean, just because someone else has taught you to do this, I mean, it does work for certain niches, but it doesn't mean it's always going to work. What I do is I select sometimes 22 to 45 or 22 to 35. In this case, let's stick to 25 and 50. Okay. Now, the next thing is you've got the demographic option. Okay. Let's head over to the massage therapist t-shirt. So here, we can either do this. Okay, we can select by demographics, and so in terms of work, enter the job title, massage therapist, and in this case we have 19,400 people. Now this is a very good targeted, extremely targeted audience. Okay, but you can also do this is you can head over to this age and then just select no max. And then you've got an even sort of a more targeted audience. But this doesn't matter. So I personally have had success by targeting by job titles and interests. So in this case, for interest, I'm going to type in massage therapist. Okay, but this is an interest. You can take that out. 38,000 people, but you can still enter this and combine the job title as well, massage therapist, and this is an extremely targeted ad. Okay, this is very targeted. Just because this is 24,000 audience, it doesn't mean you're going to get a really, low reach. You are going to get a really good reach. You can still, get a really good audience number. And the next thing is behavior. I mean, a lot of people are actually just focusing on online spenders, and they're just focusing on this. And what you need to do is you need to understand that you need to carefully look at this online spenders. Okay, so this one here is active online spenders. Personally, I don't use any of these. Okay, I have once or twice, but for me, online spenders, it could mean anything. Okay, just because someone has spent money on Facebook platform doesn't mean they're going to spend money on something else in relation to clothing. What I do, if you want to be sensible about this, what you can do is you can head over to any of these other options and look for shopping related. So for example here, okay, online shopping, there's an option here, as you can see. I already know. Okay, let me just type in online shopping. Okay, I already know that these are all the brands of shopping. So for example, here we got shirts. So we can click on this plus sign. Okay, and we have it. Dress shirt, we got shoes, we got Amazon. So this shopping option is very good. Okay, it's pretty good because you can sort of narrow it down. Let me just take off this and just click on. So these are all the options. So again, let me just type in massage therapist again. Therapist. Okay. But if you take this off, then you can sort of target by shopping. So for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to shopping and fashion. Okay, and get clothing. You got women's clothing. Okay. Okay, so this is the women's clothing option. Okay, let me just. So what I did was head over to shopping and fashion. Shopping and fashion, online shopping. So we got online shopping here, and then we can. This gives us a pretty low audience, but we can still get a really good sort of reach on this. Okay, but for example's sake, I'm going to just stick to massage therapist. Okay. Sometimes you'll get an audience of 500,000. Now, if you get an audience of 500,000, what you want to do, you want to narrow it down further. You want to narrow this audience down, and what you want to do is focus on demographics. So For example, let's say you have an audience of, let's just focus on a different market altogether here. Let's say we were doing a t-shirt on pit bulls. Okay, so I'm going to type in pit bulls. Okay, pit bulls, pit bull dogs. Okay, and you can see there's 10,000 people. Okay, in this case I'm just going to type in something else. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, dogs. Okay, so we've got cats. Okay, let me just type in German shepherds. Okay, let's see what the audience has. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for an audience that has a pretty big audience. Okay, so for example, tattoos. Okay, there we have. We've got 8 million people who like tattoos. 8 million women. So what I do, if you've got a ridiculous audience size of this, what I would do is I would go to 18, 23 and 45. Okay, or 25 and 45 or 30 and 40. It doesn't really matter. But then what you can do is you can narrow this down further, break this audience down by job titles. So for example, okay, tattoo, or you can basically do this in terms of the level of education. Okay, so in this case what I'm going to do is education level, college graduates. So okay, let's do college graduates. So I've got 3.6 million people, and then we can focus on the behavior options here. So okay, let's just head over to the behavior. Okay, okay, we've got photo uploaders. So these people who will be most likely to share tattoo images. Okay, so we've got photo uploaders, and now we've got 680,000. So we've narrowed this further down. All right. Okay. We can also target further down relationship status. So in this case, let's just target married women, and now we've got 260,000. So always be focusing on the different elements of narrowing your audience down with interests, behaviors, relationship status. Okay, and this is my other account. This is in pounds, so obviously you're going to set a budget of $25, so or $20. Now this is pretty good. This new thing here. I didn't see this before. Estimated daily reach. Okay, this is pretty good. This is an estimate. Numbers shown are based on the average performance of ads targeting selected audience. So let's just do it. Aha, there you go. This decreases. It's pretty clever. So if I put £50 or dollars, okay, this is pretty cool. I've not seen this before. So okay, based on the fact that if I set a budget of £25 or $25, this is the amount of people I'm going to reach. I'm going to do the post engagement ad. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you've got sort of a pretty much clear idea on your campaigns. Before I go, okay, I want to head over to TView, and every day sort of I get really good ideas as to what types of shirts sell. So let's just click on only goal reached and only active. Okay, and just look at the types of shirts that are really doing well. I mean, this one should be off. I mean, this is breaking the terms and conditions. You're not going to want a Superman one. Then you've got this one. Okay, then you just click on page 2. I mean, just look at this one. I think this one is, yeah, this was a fundraiser. So if you've got any fundraiser campaigns you want to do for your local community, feel free. Like, it's always good to help the local community. And there's the these ones were very good. This girl loves support power. What I've also found is hoodies are doing pretty well as well now. that hoodies are doing extremely well. Okay, so you want to be smart. You want to focus on the ones that are really doing well. As you can see, dark t-shirts are doing well. Dark t-shirts. This is a red one. And again, just be creative, be smart, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.